Hello, my lovelies! It's Susanna, and today I want to show you how to solve this equation for x. I want to show you two different methods how to do it, so let's start with the first one. We have this fraction here on the left side, and on the other side we just have this 5. Maybe a thought would be, okay, I want to get rid of this fraction first. We can do that. We have divided by x here, so if we just multiply the entire equation by x, we can get rid of this fraction here. I do it on the left side, and I do it on the right side. With this x cancels out and only my numerator is left, so x squared plus x, and on the other side I have my 5x. Now I just have a quadratic equation here. I can bring everything to one side of the equation, so I subtract 5x on both sides of the equation so that I get x squared here. 1x minus 5x equals negative 4x, and on the other side these two cancel out and I have my 0. This is how my equation looks like now. I can always use the quadratic formula to solve such a quadratic equation, or I can take a look at the left side and see if I can factor it. And this time it's easy to factor the left side because we only have two parts, and in each part our x is in here, so let's factor out this x. X times what is left in our parentheses. We have the minus in here. If we factor out one of these x's, we have x squared here, then 1x is left. And if we factor out the x, only the 4 is left in here. On the other side, we have our 0. Now we have a product on the left side. This times this equals 0. This is only possible if either the first part of my product equals 0, so my x equals 0, or these parentheses equal 0, so x minus 4 equals 0. X equals 0. Okay, this is a solution already. And here I want to solve for x, so I add 4 on both sides of the equation. So I have my x here. This cancels out. On the other side, I have a 4, and I have a second solution. So I found two solutions, but the thing is we had a fractional equation here, so we have to check if these solutions are valid. What about the 0? If I plug in the 0 for my x here, for example, I divide by 0, which is not a good thing and which is not allowed. So 0 is not part of my domain for my equation, so 0 is not a solution. The 4 doesn't make any issues here, so the 4 is okay. So if I want to write down the solution set for my equation, I get the set with the element 4, not the 0. This is not a valid solution, so only the 4 solves my equation. But I promised you to show you a second method, and this method is way faster than the other one, because we use that we have a sum here in our numerator, and we have x in here and x in here, so let's factor out x in our first step already. So if we do this, what is left in our parentheses? We have the plus in here. We had x squared, so if we factor out x, only the other x is left. And here we only had one of these x's. If we take out the x, only the 1 is left. We still have our x in the denominator and the 5 on the other side. And now we have a product here. We are allowed to cancel the x out here, and only the x plus 1 is left. The 5 on the other side. If we want to solve for x now, we just have to subtract 1 on both sides of the equation. So our x is here. This cancels out. On the other side, we have 5 minus 1, which equals 4. This is the only solution we find here. We can take a look if it's valid. Yes, it is. So this is way faster, but you have to see at the beginning that you can factor out the x here and cancel it out. I'm curious which way you took, so please let me know in the comments. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care.